actually going to take notes in two different places. We are going to take notes in both 5.3 and 5.5. Okay. We already did 5.4. Okay. If you make it past after the 10 minutes. Okay. So remember, when we talk about congruent figures, we're talking about two figures that are the same size and the same shape. What we are going to do, basically, for the remainder of this chapter, is we are going to learn ways to prove two triangles are congruent, even when we don't know all 6 pieces of each triangle, right? So right now, if a triangle has 3 angles and 3 sides that are congruent to each other, then we know we have congruent triangles. Well, what we are going to work with in the next several days is ways where we only know 3 pieces of information, but we can still say, hey, these are congruent. Okay? So the first one, if we can show side angle side congruent to each other, then we can say, hey, we have triangles that are congruent. So let's draw a picture together. Are you ready? This is not the only picture we're drawing, so don't make it big. Okay, I have 2 triangles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 2 pairs of sides that are congruent. Okay? Now, when I say side, angle, side, where is the angle in relation to the 2 sides? Okay, it's in between. So where those 2 sides meet, okay, we call this the included angle. Okay, if we're talking about side, angle, side, triangle congruence, then we're talking about 2 sides and the included angle. Notice how I can write side, angle, side in that order. Okay, side, angle, side, side, angle, side. Do you see the necklace? Thought of you guys today as I put it on. Okay. So, yes, we are working towards writing a proof. Okay, I'm just going to be very straightforward about that. Okay, but first we need to be able to look at a picture and decide, oh yeah, these triangles are congruent because of side, angle, side. So, we're going to draw 3 pictures. The first picture I want you to draw is this picture right here.
Yes.
Who said yes? And me, why is it yes?
Because these two have to be equal to the vertical angles, and then you have
So I don't see an angle marked.
Wait. I'm ready to see my paper right now.
Okay.
I just wrote C.
That was a lot of excitement. Okay, I don't see an angle marked, but we know that vertical angles are congruent. So we can go in and mark that we have congruent angles. So we have two triangles that are congruent by side angle side. If I name that top triangle ABC, what are we going to name the bottom triangle? Nope. E, C, D. If I go A, B, C, then we have to go D, E, C, right? D, E, wait. E, D, E, D, C. E, D, C. EDC. All right, picture number 2. I feel like some of you are going to appreciate this one. Ah, right?
I was like the mouse cursor.
That's not what I was thinking, but
It's a paper airplane.
Oh,
doesn't it kind of look like the Star Trek thing?
How old do you think?
actually would not be like
Alex?
Yeah, is it? It's
Okay, hold on. Hey, Alex is asking a question.
So, where the congruent angles bisect, both triangles, both triangles share the line XY.
Ah, both triangles share the line XY. So we have, what property is it when I have a side that's congruent to itself? We have the reflexive property happening, where we can say triangle WXY is congruent to triangle ZXY by side angle side. What's wrong? So the reflexive property gives us the ability to say that these two sides are congruent. So now we have side, angle, side. Okay. One last picture here before we move on. Okay. Are these two congruent?
Yeah, you can go side, angle, side.
Is the angle in between the sides?
No, it's like side.
So it's like side, side, angle.
Well, I mean, technically, you can go around the other way.
So it's like no.
So
No, you can't.
So you can either look at this as side, side, angle, or angle, side, side, but we don't curse in math class.
We just did.
Die.
I write it down. You get angle side side.
So our triangles are not congruent. This is not enough info for us to be able to say, oh yeah, hey, those are congruent.
I'm writing fast.
Well, you say it. He said it. You heard that?
There is no cursing in math class.
But can we write it down? What's the borderline?
Angle side.
Like, can we say crap?
Could I just say it?
Hey guys,
Hi.
SSA, frontwards or backwards, is not enough info to say, hey, these two triangles are congruent. I'm trying to make a point here. So it's not a legitimate thing. Okay, next page. Turn the page. Yay! Okay, so we would like to write a proof that these two triangles are congruent. Now, the only way we know to identify triangles are congruent with a shortcut is side angle side. So if in our proof we can highlight two sides that are congruent and the included angle, then we can conclude at the very end that these two triangles are congruent. So we just need to write that all down. Okay? So let's get started. Number 1, we know that BD is perpendicular to AC, and we know that AD is congruent to CD because that's our given information. Whoever used the last one didn't tell me, so I am now out. Would you like to go to the front office and request some more? Okay. All right. So this AD congruent to CD, that's this right here, right? That is giving us, hey, we have a pair of sides that are congruent. Okay. Now, what can we do with BD perpendicular to AC, Micah?
Well, it does form the right angle, but another important thing is that BD is congruent to BD.
Okay, so I have multiple people that see that BD is congruent to BD. We're going to get there. We know that that's going to be important. But I want to back up, and Micah said, hey, BD perpendicular to AC means we're forming two right angles. So what we can do is we can say, okay, since we have perpendicular, we know that the measure of angle ADB is 90, and the measure of angle CDB is 90. And how can we say that? Yeah. Okay. Now, what property can I use now? The transitive property can tell me that the measures of these two angles are the same. Okay. Have we established two angles congruent yet? We're going to have to do the definition of congruence to actually say, oh, hey, these are congruent. All right, hey, now we have side angle. And you all are just chomping at the bit, ready for our fifth step. Right? We all know it. We know that BD is congruent to itself because of the reflexive property. And that is giving us our third piece of information. Okay? Cool.
Why can't we just like start with the reflexive property? And just say like since these are equal.
Like, are you saying why did we not make this our second step?
Yeah.
We could have.
It doesn't matter. You still have to.
But we still have to do these steps right here. So that's a good question, Cole. It doesn't matter the order in which we attack the certain things. If I did the side, if I did this BD congruent to BD second, that would have been fine. It doesn't matter that these are, we can see SAS right here. It doesn't matter the order. It just matters the order in our picture, okay? But what we can do now is we can say that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. And what's our reason? SAS.
I just drew through the reflexive.
It's gonna be okay.
Wait, that's a squiggle. Oh, that's okay.
There is a squiggle. You can't really see it,
Through the top right.
right? Better? It was a top comma, right? You didn't hear the comma in her voice. Okay. All right. So, you know what? I'm feeling brave. J and K and M and L are the two triangles we need to prove congruent. I'm going to just go ahead and give you 2 minutes and see if you can do it without me telling you how to do it. I think you can. Work together. You already have the given.
Oh wow.
Don't patronize me. Will's gone, huh?
Hey! They aren't angle by angle because they're just a triangle right here.
Mind over matter.
Okay.
I don't think that's two is enough.
One step down. Do bad boy. Bad boy. Isn't that a sign, right? Isn't that a sign? J and equals S and
Wait, so wouldn't this have to be,
we already have a sign.
wouldn't that have to be that too?
Oh, finally. You have to do measure.
How do you get the measures out?
Measure angle M and L.
Just go straight to congruent. Go straight to congruent.
Wait, can I not just say that because these two are congruent, they form a congruent?
Because they're vertical.
MNL.
Yeah, how do I write?
So you would like write your
Because of
congruent
vertical
angles. Vertical angles.
Okay. Wait, what do I put?
This is all the steps you're gonna need.
Actually, this
There's only 3 steps.
just by myself.
Wait, so you just got people? Wait, is the favorite shoe or is it?
The third one is
Oh, okay.
And then L, that would be.
What is it? The end? The end's like so many.
what? Submit a pass. Okay, what is the second step? We have vertical angles right here. So we can write angle J and K is congruent to angle
No, you can't say that.
M and L because they're vertical angles. You absolutely can say that.
Well, I was thinking vertical vertical angles, then you have to do definition congruent.
You don't. The only reason we had to do definition of congruent before is because we had to talk about our angles being 90. So we had to go from numbers to congruent. Okay?
Why do we go backwards in the book?
So because I think that 5-3 and 5-5 connect better. So I taught it in the order that I think makes sense. Okay? All right, so could you please travel forward to page 145?
Yeah, 145.
That's like more than a page. Wait, did we do right before?
These were angles. Now, since I have side, angle, side, now they're the triangles.
Triple S?
When's Triple T coming in?
Okay, do you think you could maybe, like, stop talking now? Thank you. Okay. We have 2 more shortcuts we're going to add. Okay. The first shortcut is side, side, side. If all 3 pairs of sides are congruent, we can say the triangles are congruent by side, side, side. Okay? So, we are going to draw a picture, and we're just going to talk about what it would mean. It's not what I was going for, but we're going to go with it. What? I'm coming back. Okay. Hey, that's a T. It spells math. How exciting. Okay. Do we have enough information about these 2 triangles?
Yes. Yeah. These are.
We can use the reflexive property. Yes. So now we can say triangle MAT is congruent to triangle
Math. THM.
THM
Math.
by side, side, side. Okay. Now, just for you, Ollie, we're going to come back up here. I drew a right triangle. I want to make sure that we understand that the side across from the right angle is what we call the hypotenuse.
Okay, where's your word 5?
And the other 2 sides are both called legs. What?
That's the long angle.
Okay. So our third shortcut is what we call the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. If in 2 right triangles, so number 1, they need to be right triangles. Number 2, just 1 pair of legs need to be congruent. Number 3, the hypotenuses need to be congruent. In a right triangle, hypotenuse leg. Hypotenuse leg. That is a duck.
He's a beautiful duck.
It's Daryl.
Daryl the duck.
Hey, that's not very kind. Does it have grapes? Get it?
What?
No.
Oh.
Does it have grapes?
Okay. Could you please turn the page?
Wait. So Kim, the legs are the same as the hypotenuse. There's only one hypotenuse. How can it cause? Because it's oh, you mean like the shape? Yeah, if you have.
Okay. I would like you to decide these 4 pictures. Are the 2 triangles congruent or not? And if they are they congruent by side, 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 side angle, side, or hypotenuse leg? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. I'll give you about a minute and a half to make the decisions. I'll go.
Side, side, side. Wait, so this one is.
This one has a vertical.
What do you mean?
Which one is side,
This one
side?
has a vertical. So it's the AS.
This is
Yeah, you could, but does that count?
I don't know what number one.
They're all side, side, side. They all have triple side.
They're all side, side, side.
oh, it's side.
They're all side, side, side?
Yeah.
Who says no?
Ty Tantran.
Did anybody look at this one and go, oh, hey, side angle, side?
It could. I did.
Okay, you could. Or you could say, oh, hey, we have 3 sides. I'm pretty flexible on that one. Okay. Okay, next page, we're going to do a proof. Okay. So I want you to look at the information that we have been given. Okay. We have been given the fact that B is the midpoint of CD. We have been given the fact that AB is congruent to EB. Angle C and angle D are right angles. Okay. If we are going to prove these 2 triangles to be congruent, and our options are side angle side, side side side, and hypotenuse leg, which one of the 3 do you think is going to be the most helpful in this case? Micah, what do you think?
Hypotenuse leg. No. And I can explain why pretty simply.
Okay, hold on. Do you, just looking at this, do you agree with Micah's assessment on hypotenuse leg? Okay. Number 1. Do we have 2 right triangles? Yes. They have given us that the hypotenuses are congruent. So we need to, well, does it come out and say those triangles are right triangles?
Yes.
Okay, in the given, does it say they're right triangles? No. Okay, so in a hypotenuse leg proof, we have to say, hey, we have right triangles.
Show the right triangles.
Because it said,
Because we have to have
Because that's just the way it is.
So how about this? We have to actually say, we either have to say they're 90 degrees or we have right triangles. Okay? So, we need to actually say, hey, triangle ABC and triangle EBD are right triangles.
Would that be different?
I would just say definition of right triangle. Okay? We have one angle in each that are right angles. So we need to say, hey, they're right triangles. Like we need to actually say that. Okay? Now we need to establish hypotenuse and leg. Are either of those in the given? Isn't this hypotenuse? Yeah. So we need to establish a leg congruent. Which leg do you think we should use? Okay. CB and BD. Oh, these are congruent because the definition of midpoint. You guys, we have a right triangle. We've established hypotenuse and leg. So we can actually say, hey, triangles ABC and EBD are congruent by hypotenuse leg. Honestly, the pictures are a lot easier to see. It's just a matter of like having to get everything written out.
Oh, okay, so, wait. But couldn't you also say side angle side?
Could we say that?
Boom, boom, boom.
Ollie is the angle in
Wait,
between.
that's not the next side. Okay.
Okay, so hypotenuse leg is the only time we have angle side, but it's a special case, and since I don't want you to cuss in math class, we call it hypotenuse leg.
Okay, so, but I thought in hypotenuse,
So if I write
or I thought in the ASS.
Yeah, it will.
You spelled it out though. That's like 5 minutes. I'm out.